Here we are at Port Bannatyne on the Isle of Bute, west of Scotland, just off the Firth of Clyde. And this is the birthplace of the motor ketch Sonora. 108 years ago, Archibald Malcolm and his men would have been handling this piece of Scottish oak, fitting her to the forefoot of the boat which is now being restored in the northeast of England in the shipbuilding town of Sunderland. And behind me, you can see the modern boatyard. That boatyard there stands on the site of Archibald Malcolm's Bute slipyard, and from there Sonora would have been launched here into the Firth of Clyde, as I say, 108 years ago. This is a book which is just coming out about Alfred Milne, written by David Gray, the current director of the Milne Yacht Company. And Alfred Milne was a Scottish yacht designer from the early 20th century who designed some of the finest yachts that have ever been built. He chose this place, Port Bannatyne, to build many of his most beautiful yachts at the very start of the 20th century, and Archibald Malcolm was the man whose skills he trusted. It's great to be here in Port Bannatyne because this is a place which was built upon the skills of men who were devoted to building wonderful boats out of wood. These days, of course, we have all sorts of materials, but in those days wood was the thing. And one of the things which is really wonderful to see is as we restore Sonora down in Sunderland, we find that the wood that they put into the boat, the oak and the larch back in 1908, is still in good condition. The only rotting wood is the wood which has been replaced subsequently. So the old wood is the good stuff and the new wood, unfortunately, is the stuff we have to replace. So 100 years on from when Sonora was built here in Port Bannatyne, what are we aiming to do? Well, as I say, 100 years ago, Archibald Malcolm's men with their skills fitted this piece of wood to the forefoot of Sonora. And now down in Sunderland we're teaching the same skills to young people who will make those skills the foundation of their careers. They might be boat builders, they might be construction workers, they could be welders. But what's important is that the skills that they have will make a future for them. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to link the skills that the older generation have got with the coming generation. And if you look at our Facebook page on Sonora, you can see exactly that happening. There's a picture of one of our very skilled craftsmen restoring this piece of wood, which is Scottish oak, with a piece of African mahogany, and beside him are some young people who are learning those skills side by side with him.